You got a picture?
Yes.
Oh, dang. Alright, the song we're doing today is called Ghosts of Grenfell. And from the comments, people were saying it has something to do with like the richest people live like one street over from the poorest people. And then a refrigerator caught a building on fire, killed a bunch of poor people and displaced some others, and they never found housing for them. So that's all we really know about Grenfell, so let's get into it.
The night our eyes changed. Rooms where love was made and unmade in a flash of the night. Rooms where memories drowned in fumes of poison. Rooms where futures were planned and the imagination of children built castles in the sky.
Dang!
Rooms where both the extraordinary and the mundane were lived, become forever tortured graves of ash. Oh, you political class, so servile to corporate power.
Okay, I like what he did right there. You know what I mean? He made these people human. You know what I mean? He just humanized them. Because, I mean, if they're not your people, like you don't know the people personally and stuff, or you don't live similarly, then it's just like, oh, those people. Oh, it's people were gangbangers. Oh yeah, gangsters get shot all the time. Yeah, it's almost like they're not even human. You know what I mean? If you don't really identify with it or know them or this and that. Like you see something on the news, oh, someone got shot and killed. Oh, someone got hit by a car, had a car accident and died. You know what I mean? It's just like, if it's not close to you, it's easy to just view it as like, oh yeah, some more people died. You know what I mean? But he just like humanized them. Like children with imaginations, dreams here, love was made, unmade. So I like the way he set that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a beautiful intro. Do you see this building? Is that it? You think that's a real?
I think so. They keep showing it.
Dang, so that means there's dead bodies still in there.
Oh, they never got them out of there.
I mean, they're definitely not going inside that. What?
Rooms where both the extraordinary and the mundane were lived, become forever tortured graves of ash. Oh, you political class, so servile to corporate power.
The day that you're us, the day that you're us, the day that you're
Ghosts of Grenfell still calling for justice, not hear them scream.
the day that you're us, the day that you're us, the day that you're
This corporate man slaughter will haunt you, not hear them scream. Words cannot express, please allow me to begin though. 1:30 a.m, heard the shouting from my window. People crying in the street, watching the burning of their kinfolk. Grenfell Tower now historically a symbol. People reaching from the windows, screaming for their lives, pleading with their cries, trying to reason with the skies. Dale youth birth champions. Comparison is clear though, that every single person in that building was a hero. So don't judge our tired eyes in these trying times, cause we've been breathing in cyanide the entire night. They say Yasin saw the fire and he ran inside. Who thought that would be the site where he and his family died? The street is like a graveyard, tombstone lurching over us. Those shouting out to the windows, now wish they never woke them up. When hope your worst enemy to go in this position. Now it's flowers for the dead and printing posters for the missing. Come home, come home.
the day that
Dang. So okay, so we're gonna basically hear the story of it right now.
Yeah, this is so crazy. I can't believe it's still standing. I have to look this up. Like they're literally just like people carry on with their lives.
Dang. So when it was burning, it was like a whole event. Like people are gathered around, people are screaming from the window.
So that means the whole block.
I guess the way it burned is now you can just, oh, it's on fire, I'm gonna run out. You got a picture?
Yes.
Oh, dang. Oh yeah, so if you're like past a certain level, there was nothing you could do. I mean, if you jump, you're gonna die. If you stay in, you're gonna burn to death. You know what I mean? It's like, there's nothing you can do.
And then like you got your whole family there, so it's like, what if you could jump, but are you gonna throw your 1-year-old out the window?
Right.
Or oh my God, how horrible! And it's still just standing there like that. But I guess
Still, right now.
it looks like it. It never fell or anything. But I guess they can't really go up in there. What?
For the dead and printing posters for the missing. Come home, come home.
the day that you're us, the day that you're us, the day that
Ghosts of Grenfell still calling for justice. Now hear 'em scream.
Did they die or us? Did they die or us?
Okay, so I can't completely understand this part, but he said something about the ghosts of Grenfell still looking for justice. So it's like, okay, well, what did they do after the building burnt down? Whose fault was it? Did the people get any kind of anything after
Right.
that? You know what I mean?
They better have.
Because basically it sounds like, nah. Sounds like they didn't. You know what I mean?
She said, did they die or us? Did they die or us?
Okay.
Did they die for us?
Okay. Ghost of Grenfell still calling for justice. Now hear him scream. Dang.
That's traumatic. I mean, even, dang. Like, that whole situation is messed up that, like, I can't even imagine it happening. But then, like, all the people on the street, you know what I mean? All the people who live close by, they probably didn't just move out their houses, and their kids saw it and they experienced it too.
Yeah, I
And then it's
mean,
standing there to remind them.
and this the world we live in today is not really hard for me to imagine. I feel like poor people get discarded all the time. Get tested on, like, you're not gonna see like vaccine tests in rich neighborhoods. You know what I mean? That's in the poor neighborhood. Oh, we'll give you $500. Let us test this new little thing on you. You know what I mean? It's like,
It's so true.
so I mean, this is not surprising.
Grenfell still calling for justice. Now hear 'em scream.
Did they die or us? Did they die or us? Did they die for
This corporate manslaughter will haunt you. Now hear 'em scream. See trauma in the faces of all those that witness this, innocence in the faces of all those on the missing list. See hopes unfulfilled, ambitions never achieved. No, I'm not the only one that sees the dead in my dreams. Strive for the bravery of Yasin, artistic gift of Khadija. Every person a unique blessing to never be repeated. Strive for the loyalty of siblings that stay behind with their parents. Pray that every loved one lost can somehow make an appearance. We are like the last conversation with their dearest. Until we face what they face, we will never know what fear is. We are for survivors, rehoused in the best place, not to be left sleeping in the West Way for 10 days. We're for arrests made and debts paid and true numbers known. For the families who kept faith, we're for safety and homes and love. They are immortalized forever. The only ghosts are us. I wonder.
Did they die or us?
Okay, so they have missing posters from people who were probably killed in that fire. But I guess, I mean, you don't know 100% if you never go in the building and figure out who was in there. You know what I mean? But it's like, if you know, you know. You know what I mean?
Dang.
But I mean, that's a hard pill to swallow.
I mean, it's probably hella people in there, though.
It's like, what if you're at work and you know your kid was in the building when there was a fire? Do you put out a missing poster? Because, like, how do you swallow that pill? You can't just walk in the building and go see. You know what I mean?
Oh, God. That's crazy.
Right?
But how does this happen in a first world country? You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what I want to know, the backstory on how this happened. And whose fault was it? Was it just like some negligence? Because it was, so was it poor housing?
They said it was something like basically like a Section 8, like.
Okay, so was it just like,
and then
it was just a cash grab and they didn't keep up with it? You know what I mean? Kind of thing?
they said it was a refrigerator that caught it on fire.
Right, but why? And how did it go up in flames like that?
Right?
That's what I'm saying. Did they not keep it up to code because they were just too busy collecting the rent and didn't really care? Because, I mean, if you have like Section 8 type housing, no one's going to report anything. You know what I mean? Like in a rich people apartment complex, if the fire alarm's not working, they will report you. You know what I mean? Or the smoke detector's not working.
Right. And then
If the paint is chipped on the outside of the building, they'll be complaining to the HOA or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. And then, like, even the exits, the fire exits and stuff are super kept. Those probably have those old school stairwells or something to where it's like nobody's getting out of there.
It goes to us, I wonder.
Did they die or us? Did they die or us? Did they die for
Ghosts of
us?
Grenfell still calling for justice. Now hear 'em scream.
Did they die or us? Did they die or us? Did they die for
This corporate manslaughter will haunt you. Now hear 'em scream.
قولولي وين اروح الناس تحترق بساعة السحور احس اني بعالم أحس إني بعالم تاني. قولولي وين أروح، ناس تحترق بي ساعة السحور. أحس إني بعالم تاني، أحس إني بعالم تاني.
To whom it may concern, at the Queen's Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea, where is Yasin al-Wahhabi? Where is his brother Mehdi? Where is his sister Nur Huda? Where is their mother? And where is their father?
Where is Noura Jamal? Where is her husband Hashim?
Where is their children? Yahya, Firdaus, and Yaqub.
Where is Nadir Umaida?
Where is Steve Power?
Where is Dennis Month? Where is Marco Gottardi?
Where is Gloria Trevisan? Where is Amal and her daughter Amaya?
Where is Mohammed Nader? Where is Aliyawa Jafari? Where is Khadija Sayyid?
Where is Mariam El-Gawari?
Where is her mother Suar?
Tell us, where is Rania Ibrahim and her two
Where
daughters?
is Jessica Ubano Ramirez?
Where is Deborah Lampral?
Where is Muhammad al-Hajj Ali?
Where is Nadia? Where is her husband Basim?
Where are her daughters, Mina, Fatima, and Zainab, and their grandmother?
Where is Zainab Deen?
Her son Jeremiah?
Where is Ligaya? Where is she?
Where is Muhammad Nur Tuku?
Where is Tony Dissy?
Where is Maria Baz?
Where is Fataya al-Sanusi?
Where is her son Abu Faras?
Daughter Ezra. Where is Lucas James?
Where is Farah Hamdan?
Where is Omar Belkadi? Where is their daughter Lina?
Where is Hamid Khali?
Where is Hesham Rama?
Where is Raymond Banat?
Where is Isaac
Where is
Paolo?
Marjorie Vital?
And her son
Where is
Ali?
Komrumiya?
Where is his wife Razi? Where are their children Abdul Hanif?
Abdul Hamid and Husna.
Where is Sakina and Fatima?
Where is Burki Habtoum and her son Baruch? Tell us.
Where is Stefan Anthony
The blood
Rose?
is on your
Where is Abdel Salam?
There'll be ashes on
Where is
your
Khadija Khalif?
like a phoenix.
Where is Karen Bernard?
Where are these people?
Where are these people?
Where is Gary Mundus?
The blood is on your
Where is Rahima Begum Ali?
There'll be ashes on your
Where is her 6-year-old daughter, Mariam?
Her 5-year-old daughter Hafiz?
And her 3-year-old son, Muhammad?
God bless you all.
Where are these people? Where are these people?
There'll be ashes on your graves. Like a phoenix we will rise. The blood is on your hands. There'll be ashes on your graves. Like a phoenix we will rise.
Dang.
That's crazy. So to me, it seemed like the housing, it had a lot of like foreign sounding names.
Yeah, it did. Probably immigrants.
So it was like predominantly immigrant housing. If that's the case, you know they don't care. You know what I mean? But see, that's the thing about capitalism in general. It leaves room for complete savagery.
Complete savage.
So like you think about like big pharma and all the things they do, it's like a lot of straight psychopaths or sociopaths make it to the top. They're so savage. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so it sounds like this is one of those incidents where whoever's running this is a complete savage. Completely. And so they'll be successful in capitalism because the more savage you are, I mean, you can get money in ways that a person with like a conscience wouldn't do. You know what I mean? So I bet it's one of those scenarios. Whoever is in charge of that housing complex is like a psychopath, sociopath, savage, great at capitalism kind of person. It's like, yeah, you could be good at capitalism without being a psychopath or sociopath or a savage. But it's like, if you are that, it seems like you kind of have an advantage. Because you were willing to do some grimy things that may not technically be illegal. Maybe they are illegal and you're never going to get caught, kind of gray area stuff to come up. You know what I mean? I bet it's a situation like that.
I mean, it looks like it caught fire on like the 3rd floor.
Right?
Like, basically
Like
everywhere.
85% of the building torched.
And whoever owns that building should be in prison right now.
Right? I mean, well, it depends on how the fire started. You know what I mean? And why it got... Why that much of it burned? Because I mean, okay, something catches on fires on some freak accident type stuff. You don't go to prison for that.
But that looks like neglect. That looks like extreme neglect.
Right. It is surprising how much of it burned.
And
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, without knowing the full story, I wouldn't say. I think it might be something based on the song and what they're saying. It sounds like something horrible happened, not just the fire, but it was more than just a fire.
And
you know what I mean?
Right. And it's like, even if, let's say it is some government, like cheaper housing, whatever, it still wasn't free. Like, it's still like taxpayer dollars provide some kind of funding to make, subsidize rent. So therefore, the taxpayers want to know what happened because they are basically paying for that building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, man, I gotta research more on this. It's crazy.
But the thing is, no one's going to go to jail, even if something was done wrong, because it's a company who owns the building, but it's, people behind the company, but the company is a shield in capitalism. You operate with the company can get sued, but you can't be sued personally. Yeah. And like, you would have to do something extremely blatant to go to jail personally versus just the company gets sued. So like in capitalism, having a company is like a shield of protection. And people use it that way. You know what I mean? So they're going to be untouchable as long as you operate with your shield of protection. You can do whatever you want as long as you don't do something just like blatantly illegal in broad daylight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's where civilization fails. Because it basically is like, I mean, it's just like chunked up to a loss. And then everyone in the whole zip code gets to drive past that and be reminded of that. It's like, what if you had a relative that went missing in that and you just never got closure on it? Well, there's a huge, monument to remind you.
And like the amount of people they named in this video, there were so many people in there.
But I mean, it's most of the building. Like, and plus a building like that, you can't even really jump from the 3rd floor. You know what I mean? You could try, like that might be better, but I mean, talk about 5th or 6th, and it's like, if there's no exits.
Yeah, I want to know what happened now.
Right?
Like how the fire started and why the building burnt the way it did.
Right.
Like, did they have smoke alarms? You know what I mean? Or was it kept up to code? That's what I want to know.
Right.
Was the electrical in the building good? You know what I mean?
It had to be some catastrophic.
Or did they keep it in the condition of like a slum and just keep collecting money? You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. That's all I got.
Yeah.
All right, if you have any more suggestions, leave them down in the comments. We want to help the channel grow. Like, subscribe. That's a wrap.
I don't know. Tell me, man, what do you know? What do you know? Me and my boys on the road. You to go. She told me, boy, you to go. Like, I don't know. But I don't